Dramatic video from the front lines in Northern California as firefighters battle one of the largest fires in state history. 3 fires burning north, east, and south of San Francisco. 5 people have been killed as hundreds of square miles have been scorched, obliterating any structure in its path.
Now, this video's from Lake County overnight. In nearby Sonoma County, firefighters did get a break. The entire town of Healdsburg was under an evacuation warning, but the lightning strikes and high winds that were predicted did not materialize, thankfully.
0% containment, but it is part of the LNU complex that Len was just talking about, which is burning across 5 counties. And in that fire,
LNU lightning complex fire burning in Napa and Sonoma counties is already the second largest fire in California history, topping 300,000 acres in just 4 days.
You know that they have something called the glory hole over there?
Wow.
Oh yeah. The drainage.
You're like,
I got all excited. You know, lately I've been
So funny.
there's the glory hole.
Wow.
It's the end of summer, so.
Is that how it works?
Well, you need rain for water, don't you?
I just thought it spawned, you know, like someone placed a water block.
So Kent and I have come out to document the damage of the, is it the Lightning LNU complex fire, I believe?
I think that's what it was.
Yeah. Well, we came out here to take a look and see what happened after it got all burnt up.
Out here at Berryessa, we're gonna go to the Peak Trail, which is at the northern tip of the lake. We have to go all the way around down south and along the west coast of it, which, you know, we should get some good views.
Yeah, so, for sure. And remember water. If you come here, bring water.
Yeah, I had 3 people, everyone was carrying at least like 4 large water bottles, and we all ran out at the peak.
And how far is that? How far was that? How far was that?
That was 7 miles.
7 miles to the
down,
peak.
Or 7 miles up, and then we had to do another 7 miles back without water. It's a whole different beast, you know, going downhill. You'd think it'd be easy, but fucks you up real good.
Yeah, well, let's just say that we got severely dehydrated. We had no water the entire way back. It was hot. What was this, back in July?
I think so.
Yeah, this was back in like July. It was probably nearly 100 degrees that day. Don't forget your water. Bring enough water.
You gotta
enough water.
Overestimate.
Yeah,
shit,
overestimate the water consumption.
You know, you could always just not drink it too, but if you need water, well, you're in tough shits.
But yeah, anyways. Wow! The marina, like there was a marina building right there and it just completely burnt down.
Fire destroyed the Markley Cove store and some of the boats, but it could have been so much worse.
But I'm thankful that we got out. I got my babies out.
I see a red door and I want it painted black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black. I see the girls go by dressed in their summer clothes. I have to turn my head until my darkness goes. I see a line of cars and they are painted black. With flowers and my love both never to come back.
That's all dead trees. That is insane. I've never seen anything like that before. Look at Turtle Rock.
Not gonna lie, this is some pretty dope cliffs. A dope place to have a bar. Also, I gotta use the restroom, so.
So we just stopped here and I was talking to one of the workers and he had told me that he had been to 4 fires. I guess he'd been to this one, the Santa Rosa fire, the one in Paradise, and also the one in San Jose, and they were doing a bunch of cleanup. He didn't want to talk on camera. I guess surprisingly people don't like to be recorded. It is what it is, but it's really crazy to see all the damage out here and seeing all the burnt houses. Surprisingly, the Turtle Rock survived. So we always stop here on our way up.
There are a surprising amount of houses that are just completely intact, and then like 2 feet away there's one that's completely burnt down.
It was really crazy to see that entire stack of trees though.
Yeah, that's new.
Crazy. That's something that I've never seen before. Gonna do anything. Wow.
Crazy. It's gonna be some good soil for the next set of plants.
Yeah, for real.
Look at the fucking detail up close. That's some wild shit.
Wow.
I think there's any more in this area. You just want to go down to the lake or what?
Sheesh. Pretty sure it's just the entrance spot.
Oh my god! Are any of the wires live? Probably didn't.
Kind of stupid.
Look at those.
What's up?
Yeah?
Yeah, you can't be in here, sorry.
Okay. Okay, I mean, do you guys mind if we document a little bit?
Yeah, they don't want anybody in. Sorry,
Okay.
sorry about that.
Alright, understood.
The man's always trying to keep us down, man. Oh, and there's a police officer.
Sir. No,
Yep. Hello.
How's it going, officers?
Doing well. How are you guys doing?
You guys know the lake's closed?
Yeah, I mean, we're just out here documenting.
Okay, the area's closed though.
Yeah.
There's a sign right there, so.
We're sorry. We're just documenting. We're just trying to check out the fire damage and stuff like that.
Okay.
So, we'll get out of here.
Okay, yeah.
Cool. Sir, we're not trying to cause any trouble. We're just in here recording. Okay. Yes, sir. All right. Thank you.
Do you have an ID so he can mark down that he talked to you about the trespassing issue?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. The huge sign's right there if you want to get that.
Okay, sure. Yes, sir. Do you want to open the car so I can get my...
The windows are down. You locked it? The windows down? Defeats the purpose.
It's
Yep.
proximity based, so
Oh, really?
I get out of a certain
Can you hand me my phone?
No way. So it locks as soon as you walk too far away?
I believe so.
It would be better if they rolled the windows up, huh?
I mean, either way.
Thank you.
Thank
He
you.
just needs the log that he talked to you, that's all.
Yeah, it's no problem.
It'll be 2 seconds. So the reason they don't want people walking through here is all these burned out trees behind you keep falling down. And so they don't want somebody to get hit by a tree or to be messing around, and then they end up suing the county and say that you let us in
I
place
see.
unsafe and you let us all go in there and then we all got hurt and it's your fault.
Yeah, gotcha.
That's why they had more of them before this second fire.
Yeah.
They had more tree companies up here trying to cut down all these trees so then people can come back in. They have.
It's insane. We've seen piles and piles
Have you gone
of
out
trees.
128? If you go out 128 past the big turn right after Rag Canyon, it's the largest amount of tree pile I've ever seen in my life. It's huge, dude.
That's insane, man. So is this like your entire area here?
From the Lake County line
Yeah.
to the Solano Yolo line that way, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yes,
And this was all evacuated, right?
Yeah, well, it's not any longer.
Not any longer? Wow. It's still safe to come out here and just not as we're going past any trespassing signs.
Yeah, so the area closed signs, so they have the lake closed, and like I said, the reasoning for the lake being closed is they don't want these trees to fall down, somebody to get hurt.
Yeah.
And they don't want somebody to be messing around, climbing on them. Hey, take a picture of me on the burnt tree, it falls over, and then whose fault is it? The county.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry about that.
No, you're okay.
Yeah.
There's no reason to say sorry. I can understand wanting to go through, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And check it out.
Yeah.
It's usually open. Totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Not a big deal at all. If we drive past you and we see you here, the people that live over here are gonna start calling and being like, "There's people walking around."
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, and then they're asking about you guys. What you guys are doing?
Yeah, as long as you're not in one of these areas, there's no rule against you walking on this side.
Ah, okay.
So this is federally owned property. Inside of there, they're the ones that did the trespassing issue. So they're the ones that said that all of this area is in the lake is closed because this is the day use area for the lake.
Okay.
But I can't close the turnout on the left side of the road.
Gotcha.
Right? As long as you're not trespassing on private property.
Sir.
I'm Brian.
I'm Brian. You're Brian? I'm Sammy.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Nice to meet you, bud.
What was your name, sir?
Paul.
Paul? I'm Sammy. Nice to meet you guys.
With being on camera,
it is what it is.
We're
what I do for a living, right?
publishing it to YouTube. Is that fine?
Do whatever you do, man.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
You guys have a great day.
Hey, thanks for the lookout. Y'all take care.
Be careful out there. They are still falling, right?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna go get a shot of the sign. My bad. These are all burnt manzanita trees. What's crazy that I didn't know before is that manzanita seeds need fire to germinate. So that just goes to show that it's a part of the natural process. Oh, hey.
Wild.
It's crazy. I was just talking about how manzanita seeds need to be caught on fire to germinate.
Really?
And how it's a part of the natural process.
There's gonna be a fuck ton of manzanitas around here.
I know, right? I just think it's crazy.
Like more invasive. I feel like they'd be everywhere then, considering how often the fires come.
But what's
through.
crazy is that I don't think people understand is that although they may be considered invasive, is that
I mean that's
they keep loose gravel and like sediments together from like creating mudslides and stuff like that because of their root systems.
Yeah. Well, invasive doesn't necessarily mean terrible.
I mean,
take cats.
People hear invasive and they get scared. But wow, that's crazy. Just a burnt, scorched hill. Lots of manzanitas here.
If you're living life to the max, say yeah. If you're making money for the fam, say yeah. If you hold it down for the gang, say yeah. If you're feeling fresh as a mother, say yeah.
Can't go.
Well, these...
The thing is that this is the Knoxville wildlife area. There was a sign back there that said it's closed.
What
so
sign? I didn't see a sign. Did you see a sign?
The thing is, Kent, that they already took my ID. They see the car again. We are getting a fine. So unless you want to pay the fine, shit, we could park the car further down, I guess.
That's my idea.
Let's go.
We're gonna hike anyway.
Yeah, you're right. So we decided that we're just not going to do the trail. We just don't feel comfortable going in after, you know, we were told by the sheriff to not trespass. We really respect the law, so I think it's just best for us to not do it.
Yeah, it's quite the bummer, especially after spending like 2.5 hours getting here. I think we got a lot of good footage.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been nice to get like some high altitude shots, but I think the whole respect for the sheriff's deputies is paramount here. Yeah, because I just want to be good with the law. I don't care to be rebellious in that way. You know, it would be kind of stupid to do that. So it is what it is. We'll come back some other time.
If you guys come out here, respect the signs.
No, you know what? Don't even come out here until it's like safe. If you want to go hiking, if you want to drive through, it's all good, but it's pretty unsafe. There's a lot of fallen trees. There's a high chance of someone getting hurt or something if you're doing something stupid.
But I do highly recommend coming here for the hike eventually, because it's just a great hike. It's 14 miles.
When it's not like
a bit
devastated
long.
by wildfire damage.
When we were up here the first time, it started snowing on us, and that shit was so cool.
That was like back in March.
Oh, what was it?
Yeah,
really
it was like early spring.
So apparently, according to the first few pages of the calisthenics book that I've been reading, if you just sit like this in a squatting position with your heels on the ground,
it kind of looks like you're taking a shit.
well, yeah, it's the natural kind of shitting position, but it's the sitting position. It's the sitting position. And
did you know that like the position that humans sit in on toilet seats to shit isn't the proper way?
That's what I heard.
To get like the good,
because it's
to get the good
squat.
bowel movements, you need to like raise your legs up a little bit, like be in this position like this.
See, I don't agree. It doesn't really help me. Really? Does it work?
It does work.
You ever
They need to reinvent toilets.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, we're talking bidets, right?
Yeah.
What did I say?
Fucking
Duvet.
But like, you ever have like a big turd and it kind of like breaks off halfway, and then you've already pushed to your limit, so you kind of like you have to like readjust, and then it gets sucked back up into like and then it disappears, bro. Like you can't. I don't know. Is it just me?
No. Are we talking about shit? You're talking about calisthenics.
Well, cause we're squatting.
Yeah.
Looks like I'm taking a shit right now.
Taking a shit in the woods.
Yeah. Japan still uses the hole in the ground toilets. It's like porcelain hole in the ground.
Really?
But you know, they expect you, like, they either have a bar that you can hold on to, and
I don't know, it's just poorly designed because you have to take your pants all the way off, or you have to like hover over behind your pants so you don't fucking shit on them. Speaking of toilets, if you ever go on a train in India, they usually have two styles of toilets. One is the standard style, which is, as you'd expect, a hole cut into the floor of the train.
Yeah.
So you just shit right on the tracks.
Just right on the
tracks.
Bro, that's so gross, bro. Why is India so gross?
Cleaning up human excreta from the city's streets. It's called manual scavenging. I don't like it, but I have to do this to feed my family, he says. What Shinde sweeps, his partner scoops up. Their equipment, a broom and tin plate. No gloves, no boots, sometimes a mask.
But then, okay, so that's the standard one. And then you have the Western style toilets, which, you know, you walk in and there's a seat with a lid, but it's just another hole to the tracks, you know, so it's the same thing, but with a seat.
You know, bro, I couldn't imagine living in that. That's just, I would feel so, every day would be a tragedy for me, being unable to shit in a proper toilet. And just the fact of thinking about shitting on a train and it going on the tracks is just atrocious to me. I think that is so gross. Like, I don't want to sit down too.
Yeah, oh, feels nice.
Nowhere to sit.
Oh, well. Spot. Well, I was sitting on that rock earlier and it kind of cupped my balls in the right way. Yeah.
Hey.
Yes.
But yeah, we're a little disappointed. We really wanted to do this hike.
Pretty bummed. We'll be back later though, and I feel like we'll still get, like, the burnt trees aren't going anywhere.
But you know what
we will
sucks?
get new vegetation though, which will be interesting.
I really wanted to see how everything was gonna look for, you know, the fall.
Mm-hmm.
It gets real spooky looking in here.
I really like the trees at the front with the draping.
Yeah, and all the colors.
Whatever you call it.
That was so beautiful.
I just kind of wanted to, I mean, other than the vantage up there, I wanted to check out how the manzanita tree was doing.
Yeah.
You know, which, have you explained the painting?
I haven't. Yeah, so essentially, when we came out here, what was it, in the early spring, we went hiking up. It was probably like 1.5 miles from here.
It was more than that, bro.
2 miles?
3.5.
3.5 miles.
No, three. It wasn't halfway, but it was. It was
like pretty, it was like 2 miles from here.
It was pretty deep, bro.
Anyways, so we came up here and we came across this manzanita tree that we were just going to take a break at. And when we did that, I went over to the tree. Well, actually, Kent went over to the tree first and he touched it and he was commenting on how cold it was. So I went over and I touched it myself also. But when I touched it, I don't know, I just felt something came over me that just like brought me to tears. And I can't explain it in any other better way other than I felt the pain of the earth through the manzanita tree. Yeah, and it was insane because I immediately just started bawling my eyes out. And I guess the way that I describe it to people, it's as though I felt the pain of a mother hurting her child. And I feel like that just goes to show how everything in nature is connected, as humans are a part of all of it. And right now, we're essentially being punished by the earth, you know, with all this radical weather changes and stuff like that. We're causing all these changes and all this disruption, you know, like this fire. This fire happened because of lack of wildlife management for all the brush that we have here. This is the natural process. The natural process is that there's supposed to be fires.
I feel like since all this piled up,
it's been years of accumulation. Years, and it hasn't been until the drought, when the extreme heat started coming in and then people started being real dumb. There was just so much brush accumulation everywhere that, you know, it just burns up.
Yeah.
People, they should go in and clean the brush. There should be controlled fires. Burning needs to occur.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
so.
like pine cones, manzanita seeds, they all germinate under fire conditions. Like this fire, the LNU complex fire, was started by thousands of lightning strikes that swept through here. You know,
It's pretty badass.
It's pretty badass. It was
And
pretty crazy.
see-
Like thousands of lightning strikes. It was. I remember we were in Davis. I was at my apartment, and I just remember hearing it rain, and I just hear lightning and see lightning. Well, hear thunder, see lightning, and it was intense. And then all these fires broke out the day after. The wind came and swept everything and just stoked the fires. But anyways, I was talking about the manzanita, and it's just, you know, that interaction with the manzanita was just very intense for me, very dramatic. I really felt something. I really felt like I connected with nature, that I connected with the tree.
Was that the one you painted though, or was it the second?
Well, that was the experience with the first manzanita. Then the second manzanita, that was the one where we came over the ridge.
I mean, there are plenty of manzanitas scattered throughout, but the spot.
There was something about that one. It was up on a ridge. It started snowing when we were over here last, and it was crazy because we went around. And we just tried to keep going through the snow.
Yeah.
But then once we went around the ridge and we got out of the safety of the ridge, it was just blowing like crazy and it was snowing hard. It was like, what is happening? I didn't expect it to snow, you know, here. So then Kent looks at me like, I remember you looked at me like, what the fuck are we gonna do?
We're gonna keep going, or we're gonna go back. And
so then I was like, no, we need to go over there. So we go to this ridge and we go find safety, and it's crazy because we just go up, we find the ridge, and then where this manzanita tree was just perfect safety. It was serene. There was no wind.
Yeah, we were sheltered from above because there was like a huge stone sticking out.
Yeah, and it was warmer
like
in
a nice
there,
small
and it was just
cave
perfect, and it was just peaceful. And I looked over that, and there was a manzanita, a beautiful solo manzanita just sitting there. And then just when I looked at it, I just got so inspired by it, by its beauty. And I needed to paint it. I needed to give my perspective on the manzanita. And that's what I did with that manzanita painting.
Yeah. Well, we do have pictures of the moment, so we'll fucking
you know, although, you know, we have pictures, I don't think a picture will ever truly convey the message that I had. And I feel like that's what my painting does, is that I'm conveying my perspective of what I saw that day. Although I could show you a picture any day, that picture's not going to do it justice as to my perspective that day. But that's you know, that's the reason why I paint, is because I see certain things and I want to give my perspective on how I see things. But anyways, quite the nice day. Unfortunately, that we couldn't hide.
Do you ever feel like you truly capture everything, or you just try to get as close to it as possible?
When I paint, I don't try and do anything. I just do it. I don't go in with an objective. It's just like, I know I want to paint this. This impacted me in a big way. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. I have no goal. No, I'm just wanting to create the best piece of art possible. And it's not like, oh, I'm gonna be like, oh, I missed something, or oh, this doesn't feel right. What happens on the canvas.
Thanks for watching our short episode.
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoy episode, what is it, 5 now?
5's on the way.
5's on the way.
This will be like 5.5 or something.
I'll do like 5.2567892.
Okay.
But yeah, thanks.
The skin, it holds your thoughts together, covers all your love. Beneath you keep
This is a good spot. Good spot, I think. It's very, very
Tranquil?
serene. Tranquil. Zero noise.
It's very calm.
Barely any wind, just a light breeze.
I meditated here. It was so nice. Just so fucking nice.
Expect for us in the near future to be visiting Davis, to just go to the parks and dance, just because I know there was at least one person who expressed interest in dancing with us. So
I mean, when we were up on the bridge, I know that you brought some people and
Yeah.
they were down.
They were down.
I don't see why not?
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like people, if you guys want to come dance, we'll be at there's a ton of parks in Davis, so we'll do that. I really want to go dance at the Capitol too.
At the Capitol, yes.
Yeah.
I think that'd be interesting.
So if you're down, come through.
Oh, we should talk about Seattle, or
Oh my God.
So basically, back in March, my dad gifted me 2 tickets to see King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard in Berkeley, and I was really excited for that.
He was really excited.
And then the pandemic hit, pandemic in quotes. It counts.
I was gonna go see Chris Lake too in March, and that got canceled. I drove all the way to LA. And the day of the concert,
Oh, I
the
remember
day
that.
of the concert, I
remember.
drove all the way to LA so excited to see Chris Lake, because I was like, who knows when he's gonna perform in the United States again. I missed him at Coachella. So I go buy a ticket, I go down there, and what do you know? Shut down because of COVID.
Goddamn.
Fucking COVID. Anyway, sorry.
So the show was delayed to October 3rd. It was this whole time for over half a year. I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna go see King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, you know? I was so excited. And then the October 3rd came, and this was like 11 p.m. or something. I just got done with all my work. I started driving up to Sammy's place, and I just realized, oh fuck, the show was at 6. Like, oh my God. Like, and I just felt that killed the mood for the rest of the night.
We were supposed to record that night,
and
but it just didn't turn out.
Yeah, and so and so I'm like, fuck, there has to be another show in the US. So I looked it up, and then it said Thursday, so I suppose October 8th. I don't know if it said Thursday, but it said October 8th in Seattle.
In Seattle.
And so at that point, we were like, fuck
I was
it.
down. I was down to go to
Seattle.
Seattle. Yeah, I was so down. I'm still kind of bummed that we didn't go.
Yeah,
but it's okay. We'll go to Seattle soon. We'll go
relatively soon, because I feel like there's a lot of shit going on. Just people burning places. Yeah. I feel like it could get a bit dangerous, but you know, we were so prepared to go to Seattle, and turns out the concert was supposed to be for 2021,
it was
October
postponed.
3rd.
Yeah, postponed till the date next year.
But that was, I don't know why I didn't expect that this whole time.
But why didn't we notice it?
I don't know.
He was so eager. I was so eager.
I was just so blinded by October 3rd. What the fuck? How can a concert be delayed by that much?
I just think it's crazy. What if the whole coronavirus thing doesn't slow down? Like,
I don't think the politicians will ever let it go.
I don't think they will.
It's the easiest way to control people.
It's a control tool.
So easy.
Yeah. And not only that, they put fear in so many people that people are afraid to not comply. I have to wear my mask. Don't you see all the people that are dying? You know, it's just like
what's so absurd is that in some places they're putting restrictions on college kids congregating and having events. And like, you might think, oh, well, that's irresponsible, and of course it's a hot spot. But when it comes
to college kids, forgive me if I'm wrong, but at the time of recording, there have been 70,000 cases across the US. 70,000 recorded cases at colleges. You want to know how many deaths?
How many? 0.
0.
Nil.
Could be an easy way to just sort out the herd immunity problem. Just let us all get it at once. And
I mean, what, Donald got sick? What is he? He's 70 years old and he's fine after like a week.
I mean, people like to discredit that, saying he's got all the access to healthcare, but we all have more or less the same.
People get pneumonia and are more sick for a longer period of time.
The flu, bro. Like, people have the flu for weeks, and come on. 80,000 people die every year, just about, from the flu. It's not that COVID isn't, or it's not that it couldn't get serious. It's not that it doesn't do damage. It's that these policies are not properly working around the issue, and they're causing more damage than if we didn't have these all to begin with. More lives are being ruined and potentially harmed because of the shutdown.
You know what?
I'm pretty sure it would not have been so severe without the shutdowns. There are many countries that aren't doing it. Sweden, I think.
They are much smaller.
Sweden's been fucking up in a lot of categories, but the shutdown is not one of them.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, it's easier for smaller countries, I feel like.
This is some soft.
We're a really large country, so you can't really compare us with like individual European nations. It's just shale.
Some soft rock, man.
It's shale. That's what shale is.
I didn't know that. I didn't know what shale was. Do you know what schist is?
Schist?
Schist.
What's a schist?
I don't know. Well, it's a type of rock, but
I have no idea what a schist is. I'm definitely not a geologist.
If you haven't already, I also recommend going to like this rock museum at Davis. It's not like a huge spectacular thing, but it's right by it's right along the Arboretum, and it's just rocks out on display, and they tell you all about how they're formed and how long it takes and the different types of rocks, and it's just
pretty cool.
It's just something to do. So if you're bored, I recommend that.
What you talking about? 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 I see your lips moving, but what you talking about? I see your lips moving, but what you talking about? I see your lips moving, but what you talking about?